Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, Roderick Strong, and you're listening to Going In Raw, baby.
What's up? This is the most must-see WWE superstar of all time and his lovely, gorgeous wife, Marie. And you are going in Smackdown Live.
Hey, this is Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke watching Going In the Raw.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. And available wherever podcasts can be found. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notify bell next to it to make sure you always get your new Going In Raw notifications. Let's aim for 563 likes today. 563.
600 for... Oh, that hasn't gone up yet. Never mind.
Hasn't gone up yet. Figure that'll go up at like noon tomorrow.
All right, fair.
Is that good? Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Anyways, tomorrow at 6 a.m. Pacific time, 9 a.m. Eastern, we've got a new 10 for the win.
Oh, is that done?
Yeah, it's done. Yeah, it's not here yet, but I started exporting it when I left. I'll quality check it to make sure the quality is the best when I get home, and then that'll be done. It'll be up tomorrow morning at whatever time I just said.
6 a.m.
That's right, Pacific time. But right now we're going to talk about
Smackdown.
Smackdown Live. I thought it was a fine show.
The first hour was pretty good. First hour was fun. I thought the second hour kind of dragged a little bit.
Yeah.
When you start the main event segment.
My expectations were so low.
Yeah, with a half hour left in the show, and then you only get 15 minutes of match because there's a lot of talking.
Yeah, I know.
Especially when Baron Corbin is one of the people's talking.
Yeah, I know. I was really bummed out when I saw a microphone in his hand. We did see the return, though. Big, huge return. Bob Roode from suspension. So he's back. He looks great.
Yeah, man.
So there's that. And then the Usos had their first match. Got to see some cool stuff with Morrison. But we'll just.
All the character stuff with Miz, Morrison, and
that was pretty good. Yeah,
with New Day and stuff. That was all pretty good. I thought that was fun.
Yeah. We got a couple new patrons here, real quick. Let's see here. Jamie Small, Shane Harrison, Ty Weigel, Joseph Bradham, Paolo Balon, and Sarah Jones.
Thank you all.
Thank you very much for your support.
How long is it going to be until one of the patrons is named Libbity Bibbity?
Libbity Bibbity. Hopefully soon. And this week on the Patreon, we put up some bonus content.
Yes, we did.
We fantasy booked this year for New Japan. So we fantasy booked 2020 for New Japan. We fantasy booked this year's Royal Rumble. That was fun. We played some AAA Lucha Heroes del Ring.
Lucha Libre Heroes del Ring. It's right here.
We created a new luchador for their career mode, or for their story mode.
Psycho
Friendo. That was great. And then we did yesterday.
Who Won Wednesday.
Oh, we brought Who Won Wednesday back.
Yeah.
We figured it's not really essential viewing for the channel, so we'll put it on the Patreon because it could be kind of fun sometimes to take a look at both shows side by side, AEW and NXT.
And after this, of course, we'll be doing Ask Stephen Larson.
That's correct, where we talk no wrestling.
No
burning non-wrestling questions. Let's hop right into this, though. Kicked off, of course, with Miz TV. It was announced before the show that John Morrison was going to be his guest.
Correct, and his guest he was.
Miz comes out first. He apologizes to Kofi. I felt in a heartfelt manner.
It didn't seem like there was any deceit intended.
Yeah, I thought that. But he's been going through it. We've all seen this. He has been going through a lot the last couple of weeks. His family, Bray Wyatt left his little kid a doll, and then
attacked them.
Then he lost to the
photoshopped that family picture.
He lost to the host of a kids show instead of the Fiend.
Dominant fashion. It didn't
last
very long.
And so, anyways, he says, "Hey, but you know what? This is Miz TV, and this guy is like family to me. So I reached out to him, John Morrison, and we got a really rad Jomo highlight reel, and then Jomo came out.
No slow-mo. However, no slow-mo.
Dude, they got pyro, but they didn't get the fancy time-traveling camera that does the slow-mo stuff. What the heck? It's supposed to be like Fox, SmackDown on Fox. They have like a ton of money.
Yeah.
Get the
camera's
slow-mo
so
camera.
ahead of its time.
It really is.
It really was. Anyway, so Morrison comes down the ring. He talks about what his debut was supposed to be like. Yeah. New music, new Tron, new gear. Supposed to come to the ring escorted by a bunch of Pomeranians.
Yeah.
He said because they're only allowed to have one big dog.
There's only one big dog.
He said, but then I saw what the Miz was going through, and I thought it's more important to be there for my friend.
Yeah.
I got the Internet Today shirt.
I got my Internet Today shirt.
Cool.
Shout out to Dadcast.
Yeah. I'd rather be there for my friend than go through all the theatrics and pageantry of a huge debut at the Rumble. Said, I got to be there for one of my best friends. And he says, but I'm disappointed. You think he's going to say, oh, he's disappointed in The Miz. He goes, in all of you.
Yeah, then he takes off his sunglasses in a very
fans.
dramatic, disappointed effect.
Yeah.
And he starts laying into people.
He says, you chanted, you suck at The Miz after he had one bad day.
Yeah.
Said, the fans, you don't appreciate all the work that The Miz has done. And he starts talking trash to some fans ringside.
He's like, he's been here. And here's the thing. Everything Morrison said was true. He was like, Miz has been working his ass off for 15 years,
For you,
every
for
every day.
Everyone, these
for all
fans.
of you. He says, look at this turd in the front row over here. What kind of reception would he get if he came to wrestle? Or that, did he call him a douchebag next to him? That was funny. And so, yeah, he was really laying into people, which I thought was great.
It was great. So we got The Miz, who's like teetering on the edge of becoming old Miz. He's obviously frustrated. There's a lot of tension going on, I'm sure, at home, too, over this Fiend stuff. And you got Morrison, who's trying to defend his best friend.
Yeah.
And the process of doing so might be pushing Miz further towards the heel spectrum of things.
And Miz didn't look entirely comfortable with all this running down the fans.
Not all of it, no. And so in the midst of Morrison talking crap about fans, the New Day come to the ring. And Kofi's like, hey, Miz, who are you trying to fool with that apology? Big E said, you're not that good of an actor. What was the line?
You're not that good of an actor. You couldn't play the last piece, the back piece of the Human Centipede or something like that.
Wow.
It was pretty funny, but it's pretty harsh.
It's pretty harsh.
Harsh.
And then Kofi's like, come on now. I don't buy that apology. You should have stopped with just, I was having a bad day. That I can accept. But you apologizing, disingenuous.
Man,
and Miz has a look on his, like he's near cry face Miz.
Yeah, like what the heck? I thought that it was a very genuine apology.
Seems like it. And then Miz is like, you know, Kofi, I respect you. I respect your title reign. I respect that it took you 6 seconds to lose it. And I respect the fact that you didn't try to go after that belt after you lost it.
Yeah, so he had to fire back. You can't just sit there and take it. He fired back.
And Kofi says, well, look at this. Miz is turning from cool Miz into obnoxious, annoying Miz.
Yeah.
And all these fans were right to tell you that you suck.
Ah, man, that's messed up. I think Miz was trying to turn over a new leaf. I thought that he trying to help Daniel Bryan. I think that he had established a pattern of trying to do good by people. He's a new man, father of 2 kids now.
But then I understand too why talents would look at the breadth of the Miz's career and maybe be suspect of some of his motivations, given some of the things he's done this past.
Perhaps. In any event, that led us to Kofi versus The Miz, and I thought it was a fun enough match. I mean, honestly, this is like one of my favorite stories next to Otis and Mandy Rose.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, no, this was a fun match though. It was cool.
And Morrison and Big E were on commentary, had some fun bits.
Yeah, that was
especially
good.
When Morrison, I think, unintentionally alluded to the old day segment.
Yeah.
And Big E's like, we don't want to talk about the old day. Morrison said, oh, is that a thing?
That was funny.
That was great.
That was good.
That was fantastic. But the match itself was pretty good. John Morrison got himself involved a bit. So Kofi avoids the skull-crushing finale, tries to roll up the Miz, how he won last time. Miz kicks out of that, but Kofi follows that with an SOS, gets a 2 count. Miz, who early in the match was kind of working Kofi's knee, started working that again. Kofi jumps off the second rope. Miz kind of chop blocks him midair, follows with a figure 4. Kofi gets to the ropes. And at one point, Miz finds himself ringside opposite Big E, because I think Miz kind of kicked Big E in the head when he's on the apron. So they start jawing at each other. And Morrison jumps off the ring steps, does like a flip and a half.
Yeah.
Until he essentially he's a human cannonball at that point. He rolled himself up into a tight little ball and just laid out Big E.
Yeah, that was cool.
And Kofi's distracted by all that. Miz comes in from behind. Skull-crushing finale to get the win.
Yeah. It was cool because Morrison, they framed it really well, how Morrison sort of looked like he was just coming out of nowhere with that.
Yeah, it was great.
So that was really good. It's good to see John Morrison back. After that, we had a Firefly Funhouse where Bray's like, hey, Fireflies, psst, come here. I love you, man. So he's talking about love, how love is special, but not everybody is worthy of love. And he starts talking about Daniel Bryan, and he said, the Fiend feels the opposite of love for Daniel Bryan.
Yes.
He just wants Bryan to remember, or at first he just wanted Bryan to remember, and they do a little very quick smash cut montage of Daniel Bryan and the Wyatt family, their time together. He says then he wanted to change him, and so it shows
the hair getting pulled out and stuff.
But now he just wants to hurt him.
And he says, gets all kind of creepy and stuff, and he says, "Bye, everybody. I love you all." Not you, Daniel Bryan.
That was pretty funny. That was good.
That's pretty great. Next, we have Fire and Desire backstage. So Sonya's hyping up Mandy.
Yeah.
Says, "Hey, we're focused on winning. I'm going to be in your corner tonight. We're going to do this. Let's get this W." Ain't that right? And Mandy, she's distracted. She is not focusing.
Right. She's not focused.
And she's like, "Oh, yeah, sure. I'm ready. I got to do one thing real fast, though, before match." And she goes into her locker and grabs this giant cake box. Mm-hmm. I was kind of hoping they'd be donuts because that's their thing is donuts.
Yeah, they love the donuts. You would think that'd be the unifying force. I mean, the coming together of Fire and Desire and Heavy Machinery, those are big forces right there. They could be one big faction dominating the tag divisions. And donuts could be the thing that links them together.
Donut Machinery.
Donut Machinery.
Heavy donuts.
Heavy donuts. Fire and glazed. Glazed and Desire.
Donuts and Desire.
Donuts and Desire. There you go. But then you need to have a machinery in there too. Got to have both names plus donuts.
Yeah.
Anyways, Heavy Desire, 4 donuts.
There you go. There you go.
Lame.
That's kind of long. Anyways, after that we had an Elias song. I kind of didn't pay attention to this because he was like, "I'm in Rumble. These people in Rumble." He took a shot at Brock not being around. It was just, I don't know. Face Elias doesn't work.
It doesn't do much for me. I'll be honest with you. Neither does heel Elias. I don't know. Look, the guy I think is supremely talented. He's got camera charisma. He's got everything you need. I don't know what the hell it would take. I really don't. I'm bored with it. I'm over it.
I mean, at least, yeah.
Why isn't he the celebrity guy instead of Braun?
Yeah, I know.
He should be the celebrity guy.
He'd be perfect celebrity guy.
Yeah.
After that, Heavy Machinery's backstage. Tucky's in Otis's ear. Mandy approaches, and she's like, "Hey, I'm sorry for what happened with that fruitcake your mother made that you gave to me. I'm sorry I let Dolph step on it. I'm sorry I didn't say anything about it. But here, I have this for you." She gives him the cake box.
And it's a lovely cake.
And it's got a little tractor on it.
It says, "I'm sorry," with a sad face on it. And Otis is really touched. She walks away, and he does that. And then we'll get a little bit more of that later.
Yeah.
Because after that was Alexa Bliss versus Mandy Rose.
Yes.
Nikki and Alexa cut a little picture-in-picture promo first. They say they're in Rumble.
Yeah, and their friendship will withstand the tension of being friends in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
So towards the end, Alexa, they were brawling ringside a little bit. She puts Mandy back in the ring. Sonya gets up on the apron, kind of distract Alexa. Nikki tries to pull her off. Not going to happen. And that distraction allows Mandy to hit a V trigger on Alexa. Only gets her a 2 count, though. And then Mandy has the advantage for a while until Bliss gains the upper hand after they hit some blows at the same time. And that's when Heavy Machinery come down to ringside with Cake. This distracts Alexa, and that allows Mandy to roll up Alexa to get the win.
Yep.
And then Otis is eating the cake on the ramp.
Oh,
she grabs a piece and extends it out towards Mandy.
Yeah.
And she did a really good job of seeming really tickled
by it. She was charmed.
But not overdoing it.
Right, yeah.
It was like the perfect amount.
This is a really good story. I'm really happy with this story.
It's pretty fun.
because here's the thing also. You've got the two friends. Sonya's focused on winning. Tucky's focused on the same thing, on winning, on being focused. And these two are like in orbit around each other with cake and fruitcake.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's a simple story.
Yeah.
Being executed well, and the performances have been really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff. And this doesn't overstay its welcome.
It doesn't.
I mean, it's obvious.
It doesn't try to be anything more than what it is either.
It's obvious to draw parallels between this and the other romantic angle going on over on Raw, which could potentially be entertaining if it wasn't for, sometimes it is, if it wasn't for Lana's incessant droning on and on and on.
I mean, you're using the word romantic in the loosest possible sense,
Yeah,
because nothing
true.
about that whole scenario is anywhere close to romantic.
Oh, I don't know.
Lana writing Bob Lashley's vows for him. Not romantic.
That Bob seems to be into it. I'd be like,
He could be happy
I would
and
love
into
if
it.
somebody took that off my hands.
He could be happy being into it, but that's not necessarily romantic.
Oh, I think it's great.
It's a love angle, not necessarily romantic, though.
You and I have different definitions.
After that, a quick shot of Lacey Evans walking backstage because she has a match next against Sasha Banks, or so we thought. And we also thought we'd get to watch this. However, our thing with Fox Now said we had to sign in again, so we missed basically all of this. But I guess the gist we got is that she was have a match against Sasha. Bailey shows up on Tron, says Sasha's not here. She's recording a rap album in Los Angeles.
Is that going to be any good? Wow, you're hesitating. I
would
figured
like
it'd
it to
be
be.
like a no off the bat.
I would like it to be good.
Yeah, maybe. Is Snoop going to be on it?
I would hope so.
He should be, right? They're
Yeah.
related.
Yeah, cousins, right?
God, that's what I hear.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, she's there. And so Bailey comes out, drops a promo, or no, I'm sorry, she drops a promo on the Tron.
Yeah.
Lashley leaves in a, it says here in the notes, don't
Yeah.
change it.
All right.
Lashley.
No, it's Lacey.
Lashley was there.
Leaves in a huff.
Yeah.
I was eating my food too.
Good.
And she walks up to Bailey's locker room, about to open the door, and then Bailey apparently has her flank.
Is it just me, or are the quarters so tight backstage at this arena? Because there was this where, like, there was no way Lacey Evans wouldn't have seen Bailey off camera.
Well, no, there could have been a road case just off camera that Bailey was hiding behind.
Well, yeah, there was like a pink road case.
Yeah, like,
but
totally.
but she came up too quick, and so I was like, "What the hell?"
Shared footsteps.
I guess. And then later on, Daniel Bryan is
was
in
a-
that little
That
tiny.
was a bad cue.
That was weird.
They should have had him walk in through the door and then around the corner.
Yeah, I know.
Instead of just standing in front of that road case.
It was really weird.
Like he was walking in place. So anyways, they're brawling out in front of Bailey's locker room. Bailey has the upper hand, and then she tells Lacey, "Hey, go put on your mom jeans and go home."
that was a good line.
And Bailey's like, "All right, I'm done now." And then Lacey gets back up, takes the fight to Bailey, goes for a woman's right, and Bailey's like, gone.
Again, it was just weirdly choreographed, and it just felt because the quarters were so tight. Like backstage, just like one long, endless, really tight maze.
Yeah.
Be weird.
A labyrinth, if you will.
A labyrinth. There you go. After that, we had Daniel Bryan and Fiend video package, followed by a Daniel Bryan interview.
Yeah.
And again, he seemed a little more subdued this time.
Yeah.
But I like your idea that this is all just a facade.
It's got to be a facade. And it's
very
all going to
thin.
crumble down in a sense. So he mentions what the Fiend said, or what Wyatt said in the Firefly Funhouse, that, the Fiend wants a lot of things. I remember everything about my time in the Wyatt family. I remember outsmarting him. And the Fiend did change me, and changed me for the better. And he said, the Fiend will hurt me, but I won't be broken. And the Fiend knows, and I know, that the Fiend can be hurt and can be beaten. And then on the TV behind Daniel Bryan, Rambling Rabbit shows up.
Yeah.
We thought he'd been dead.
Daniel.
And he says, I can tell you the secret of how to defeat the Fiend. And he's about to say it, and Bray comes up from behind him, grabs him by the head.
Then he says, snitches get stitches, Larson. Snitches get stitches.
Whatever.
So anyways, and then, so we'll get to that later. Braun versus Shinsuke Nakamura
Correct.
was up next. A non-title match. Of course, Shinsuke Nakamura is the IC champion. But, all the dancing and prancing around from Sami Zayn and Cesaro.
Wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Wasn't enough. Braun got the win with Power Slam. Yeah, the end was like a mess. So
It was.
So, like earlier, Nakamura seemingly hit a Kinshasa. No one called it.
And even
Braun
you
kicked out.
mentioned that Corey was like actively not
He
saying,
says he didn't. That he really wanted that Kinshasa there. Well, damn it, Corey! It looked exactly like one.
it looked exactly like one, and he hit it flush.
And he set up.
He set up
for
for it. He hit it flush, and Braun kicked out of it.
So Nakamura's going for another Kinshasa. Braun picks him up, drops him with the power slam, and then Sami hops on the apron to try to distract the ref because Cesaro's on the opposite side. He has a chair. Mm-hmm. But Sami didn't do a good enough job because the ref turned around and he sees Cesaro like halfway in the ring with a chair. But that distraction allows Sami the opportunity to throw Nakamura the Intercontinental title. By the time he gets that and is about to do something with it, the ref to turn around then too.
The ref is it's all clearly in sight.
It's just bad teamwork.
So Nakamura, yeah, it is.
This team is doomed for failure.
And I
if
guess,
this is
dude,
their way
it's
they
funny
work.
because during the stream I asked, I said, "What? This faction just feels empty, even though there's three
Yeah.
great names to
It
it."
does. It feels like.
And you
there's
said
no-
they need wins, and I'm not sure. It's not necessary. It is wins. That's the bottom line. It's wins.
You still don't get a sense what their purpose is in joining as a trio. And I know
That's true too.
Sammy's gone on about how Nakamura is an artist and he's an artist, and I guess you can say the same about Cesaro. But in a philosophical sense, that's all fine.
Okay.
In a very practical sense, why are they working together? What ends are they hoping to achieve?
Okay, and here's how you could do that. Because you can assume that their ends that they're hoping to achieve is just the betterment of all of them.
Yeah.
However, this is my thing. if his premise is they are all artists, right? Then you can sort of look, if you look at the music analogy, this is like a supergroup, right?
Yeah.
And like, for example, the Traveling Wilburys. They all come together and they elevate each other. I'm not really sure it's necessarily true. They had a couple of really good songs.
Yeah.
They weren't stinkers. There were some good songs.
When you have Bob Dylan and George Harrison in there, amongst others, Roy Orbison, Tom Petty, how much more elevated can you be?
Yeah, but that one song, a couple other songs
Handle
are really
Me With
good.
Care is a great song.
That's a good song.
Nonetheless, and,
well, my point is,
yeah, I understand your point, but
they should be operating as a wrestling machine
I don't think
together.
The Traveling Wilburys elevate anyway. I think they just wanted to hang out and with Jeff Lynne and write
Yeah,
songs.
but the songs were so good.
Yeah. Well, they were good.
All right. Well, anyways, they work together in tandem the way I would think that Cesaro,
Well, give it time.
Shinsuke.
It could happen.
That could totally happen. Cesaro,
Faction
Shinsuke, and
called in
Sami
the year
Zayn.
2000.
In the year 2000, yeah. All work together. But like you said, this was a mess. The dude hits a Kinshasa and then a chair is introduced and a title, both in clear view of the ref.
And they can't take advantage of any of it.
They're bumbling fools together. They're like the Stooges without Shemp together.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
So anyways, Nakamura swings Intercontinental.
Who was the fourth guy? It wasn't Shemp. Who was it? Yeah, it was Shemp. Mo, Larry, Curly, and then Shemp was the fourth guy.
Yeah. So Nakamura swings at Braun with the Intercontinental title, misses. Braun hits him with Power Slam for the win. Braun grabs the Intercontinental title, holds it up. Sammy snatches it from him and runs off with Nakamura and Cesaro.
Yeah.
Speaking of Cesaro, Sheamus, he dropped another promo in the year 2000. It's just him talking trash about Shorty G.
And he says, size does matter. And then the camera goes down, and he's got just this giant meat hanging out, and the camera, or the flashlight is under that.
There you go.
So that's in the year 2000 now?
That would actually be interesting.
He's like, here, look at my member. Look at my organ. No, man, nobody wants to see that. It's all pale.
Oh, gosh.
Anyways, after that, we had Daniel Bryan in a locker room.
Yeah, this one was like
and
the
then
wonkily stage.
So we see the camera gets on him, and he's just standing there. And then it's as if somebody said, action.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Because then he starts walking.
That's exactly what happened.
3 paces to a box that's sitting there, and he opens the box. It's so awkward. He opens the box, and it's Rambling Rabbit with a giant chunk of fleshy
head missing, and he's bleeding from giant head wound.
Yeah.
And, of course, I guess that's supposed to give Bryan reason for concern.
I guess.
Because that Rambling Rabbit is one that had to defeat the Fiend.
He got stitches. Well, I'm not sure if Stitches can handle a giant head.
No,
wound.
if you're missing,
You're like massive head wound Harry.
Yeah, Stitches ain't gonna do no good.
Are you? That dog starts biting on his head wound.
God.
Oh, that was funny. And everybody started laughing.
Now then our main event, Usos versus Baron and Dolph. Before we get to that, Roman comes out, drops a promo saying how 2019 was a blessed year, even though it ended kind of rough. I don't believe he mentioned the word dog food.
Yeah,
but I think that's what he was getting.
I still maintain that, and that curse ended up a blessing for him because he secretly eats dog food now. His wife leaves, he's like, oh, it's so good, it's so good. Big dog loves food. Who thought?
And then he says, in your times of need, sometimes you need friends, but in this time, I didn't need the help of my friends. I needed the help of my family, and with the help of my family, I'll tell you right now, 2020 is to be the big dog's year.
Mm-hmm. Assuming, of course, the Usos stop driving drunk.
Yeah,
that would be good.
Speaking of the
Usos, what was the actual reason they were out?
I think one of them was hurt.
Was one of them hurt?
Well, it seemed to early all start because Jay, can't remember which one. I think it was Jimmy got the DUI, but then he wasn't found guilty. I don't think.
Yeah, right. That was a very recent thing, though.
Yeah. So the Usos come out. They drop a promo, too. They got new haircuts. They're interrupted by Baron and Dolph. Of course, Baron's got a goddamn microphone.
Yeah. Bleh.
And he's going on about how he's going to be in the Rumble. He's going to eliminate Roman. And Roman's like, hey, yeah, we can both be in Rumble, but how about we have a match beforehand?
Yeah.
So I can whoop you, and then I can win the Rumble.
Yeah.
And point the Mania sign. And Baron's like, yeah, sure.
Okay.
I accept your challenge. And then the Usos jump over the top rope, take out Baron's security, go to commercial, come back. Usos have the advantage. The Revival run down to the ringside area. They're distracting Jimmy Uso. Baron takes advantage, but then Roman, who was ringside, I guess he went backstage during the commercial break, comes back out.
Oh, okay.
And then lays out the Revival with a single Superman punch. It was like that Roderick Strong knee that took out 5 people, but 1 punch instead. We go to commercial. We come back. Baron is tossing Jimmy into Roman. Jay is kicking Dolph. He goes to the top rope, hits the splash. Baron breaks before he can make the pin. Baron tosses him in the ring post. And then he goes ringside, just tosses Roman to the barricade. But then Roman responds with a spear. Usos are DQ'd, minus 10 points for Larson. So Roman doesn't care. Sets up for a powerbomb on Baron through the announce table. Bob Roode runs out. He attacks Roman.
He's jacked.
Yeah. Drops him with a glorious DDT. Right after that, Baron drops Jimmy Uso with a deep six. Dolph super kicks Jay Uso. And then Bob Roode hits a spine buster on Roman. He was supposed to put him through the table. That was a rough bump there.
That looked ugly.
He just did it on the table.
Yeah.
And so Dolph has
I wonder if they tried that at a house show or something because Roman had a giant bruise on his arm.
Maybe.
And I'm like, man, they need to get that right.
I know. So Dolph had to get up and do like a elbow drop to break the table.
Yeah.
And then the heels buried Roman under the announce table to close the show.
Yep.
No dog food, thankfully.
No dog food. Let's answer some questions.
Sure.
Here we go. Oh, before we answer questions, I want to remind everybody to hop on the Instagram at Steven Larson on the Instagram. The investigation will continue into who stole Big Red. I feel bad. Nobody won predictions because Big
I won
Red
predictions. I had my interim title over there.
is
I
no.
won predictions.
You know, it was never officially declared interim title.
No, you declared.
I feel bad because I feel like you probably would have won.
I would have won.
You probably would have won.
No, the score says I won like 60 to 44.
That was never official because there was no prize.
Official. The prize is irrelevant. It's winning. Like you think.
And then whenever we have announcements and stuff, I mean, look, we've heard this conversation. We don't need to hear it again. It's. I get it. You're mad because you could have won.
I did win.
But there's no prize, so there's no winning. Whenever we have announcements, new videos or whatever, bonus content, notifications go out on the Instagram on our stories. If you are out and about and you're wearing the Friendo Club shirt or any of our shirts, if you're at a wrestling show or whatever, and you take a picture of it, send it to us. We'll put it on our Instagram story. Instagram.com/Steven Larson.
There's a .com in there.
Well, you can actually find us there. It's just on the app. It's not. It's just at Steven Larson.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyways, let's get to these questions,
Yeah,
man.
Jake Malford. What do you guys think is the Fiend's weakness?
I don't know. He says normal lighting. That's funny. I don't know, like an off button on him. Something like Data has like an off button on his back. I mean, his thing is okay. Let me ask you. This is the real question. Does Bray know
What his weakness is?
Yeah.
No.
Really? You don't think he does?
No.
That's interesting.
No. I think that part. I think whatever the weakness is has probably been repressed.
No. I mean, does the sorry, as a shoot. The writing of the character.
Yeah.
I think he does.
Yeah.
Yes,
totally.
Handsome Be Wonderful. What other pro wrestlers are spitting hot fire on Sasha Banks' rap album? Turn my headphones up. Turn my headphones up.
And he says, Rikishi, all up in the videos.
Dancing. Stink facing.
Who else would I want on there? I think they're just rapping, so we can bring someone in to sing some hooks too.
Yeah. I don't know who does that kind of. Oh, Lillian Garcia.
Oh yeah, she's got a great voice. Yeah, she sang "American the Beautiful" at Mania before.
So
yeah,
her.
That's a good choice. I think of anybody else that might have a good singing voice or some good flows.
Well, we know Steve Austin can sing "Kumbaya."
Yeah,
not very good.
No.
I don't
know. I'm drawing a blank for some reason.
Kurt Hennig. I know he's passed away, but if we're going to the anybody, he did the
Rap is Crap.
Oh, that wouldn't work.
No.
This is a rap album.
Yeah. You can't have him on the rap album.
Can't have
saying rap is crap, have Kurt Hennig all in your songs.
If you don't want Kurt Hennig all in your songs.
Saying rap is crap.
Come to Legit Boss Records.
There you go. Barry Windham's still alive, right?
Maybe.
I think he was.
Probably.
What about Bobby Duncombe Jr.?
What about the other Windham? Kendall.
I don't know.
All three of those guys. It was those guys in Hennig. Was it Bobby Duncombe Jr.?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Bobby Duncombe Jr. was one.
What were they called? The West
Texas rednecks.
Okay, all right.
Even though Kurt Hennig was from Minnesota.
Didn't make any sense. But he thought that was endlessly
Oh,
funny.
he was so entertained by it, even though it was horrible. It was horrible.
It's pretty funny, though.
Adrian C. Is Miz just going to suddenly forget about his issue with The Fiend now that he's fully turned heel? Seems like that's just dropped now. No.
So I think the thing is,
Like the last, like Seth hasn't. I don't think he's directly referenced The Fiend's Change Me, has he?
no.
Neither has Balor.
No.
They just kind of dropped the Fiend stuff and they just started changing.
Yeah. And that was coincidental,
Yeah.
but I do like that.
Yeah.
And I think that, so I think, I think that I'll put it this way. You had originally thought that perhaps, and I thought it was probably a decent chance that this was going to happen, that Miz might interfere somehow with Bryan and the Miz. I see that as Bryan and the Fiend. I see that as a lot less likely now because it does feel like storyline. He's moved on. However, the effects are still there.
Yes.
So I think that's what I think.
Yeah, once they introduce Morrison to the story, and it seems like they're setting up, whether it be for Rumble or Mania, Morrison and Miz taking on the New Day, those tag titles. Yeah.
Well, that was announced. That's going to happen next week.
No,
not for the tag titles.
No, it's Big E versus John Morrison next week.
Oh, I thought it was both of them. Okay, all right.
No.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. The Professor, Dr. Bird, if you could actually choose one to actually retire The Undertaker, who would you pick, The Fiend or Drew McIntyre?
Oh,
They had their chance with Bray and they blew it. Give me Drew.
that'd be big. That'd be libbity bibbity.
That would be Liberty Bibbidi.
Prince Ross. Both prior UK takeovers have had special appearances. Balor at Blackpool last year and Cesaro at Cardiff. Will there be any main roster stars making the trip to make a special appearance to take over Blackpool? And if so, who'd you like? So wait,
I don't think so.
Who's Ilya fighting at?
He's fighting Balor at Worlds Collide,
Oh, that's right.
but I don't know if he has a match at a Takeover.
Takeover. Yeah, you're right. That's at Worlds Collide. Let's see here.
Matches are on the card. There's only 5 matches.
5.
That's probably it.
Trent Seven versus Eddie Dennis. That's my match of the night.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Tyler Bate versus Jordan Devlin. Walter Joe Coffey, Gallagher. Okay, yeah, no. Well, I mean, no, but I mean I wasn't surprised. There might be.
The
I mean,
surprise 6 match.
it's happened. Yeah, I mean, it has happened. That's a good point. Maybe Shinsuke. Shinsuke's a big match guy.
No, he is. I mean, like just if history's indication, it's
Who is it? Cesaro
and Balor is a
Balor.
wrestler from Europe. So what other European wrestlers are under their
I
employ?
think it'd be Sheamus. That'd be terrible.
That would be a bad idea. Even before that, at the first tournament, they
Is
had
there anybody who has,
Neville
like-
versus Tommy End? Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Is there anybody who has a history in Europe, but not necessarily a European? What about on the women's side of things?
Yeah, I was just thinking about that.
I know, like, people are probably screaming at us right now. What it's totally gonna be.
Yeah, no.
Becky. That'd be great.
That would be great.
It'd be awesome if it was Becky Lynch.
Pretty huge. I could do Buddy. I know he's not from Europe, but they kind of
Well, half the dudes are from, well, not half of them, but yeah, no, Australia is considered.
or New Zealand. Yeah,
Oddly, in the UK scene, Australia is in the UK scene.
yeah.
The
Iconics.
Yeah, the Iconics, sure. Man, that'd be terrific if it was Becky.
It'd be pretty huge,
Becky
man.
comes out and fights, I don't know, Ginny. That'd be cool.
That'd be pretty cool.
I'd dig it. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's see here. Shane McCarthy. What are the odds that Strowman will beat Nakamura for the IC title?
I don't know. I seem hesitant to put any sort of championship on Braun.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be a massive failure if he freaking holds it up in the air and then doesn't end up winning it, though, with Braun?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like he's going to win it.
You'd think so, but...
They might sidetrack him with something else at the Rumble.
Yep.
Jessica J. Speaking of which, will WWE finally give Braun the push he deserved so very long ago? I will believe it when I see it. I hope they do, but it doesn't seem like they have any interest in that. Maybe they're waiting for something to click backstage. That's all I can think.
Yeah, I don't know either. Alex Foster. If Mustafa Ali eliminates Brock for costing him Money in the Bank, what other random continuity moments would you like revisited? That would be cool.
Oh, that'd be terrific. What if it was Mustafa Ali and Kofi eliminating Brock?
I want to see somehow Baron Corbin eliminated from the Rumble by roll-up.
Oh, interesting. Not even sure how that could happen.
Not sure either, but
that
is his weakness.
I have faith that they'll be able to
By
figure
John
it out.
Cena, preferably.
Oh.
Well,
wouldn't the comeuppance be Baron eliminating Cena?
Baron shouldn't be. No, that shouldn't be a position Baron's in.
I would probably mark out if I saw that.
I know you would.
I would. And here's the I'm not a fan of Baron Corbin. I am and I'm not. I don't think he should be featured as much as he is. But I think that'd be fun to see. They'd get nuclear heat.
Oh yeah, Wolfpack for life. Are we seeing a superstar in the Miz change from facing the Fiend week to week instead of immediately as others have? Seth wasn't overnight.
Right. Yeah, that took a while for him to get to that.
Finn was overnight in terms of continuity because he disappeared for a long time and showed up in NXT.
Yeah.
But even then, the first week he came back. Was the first week he came back when he Pele kicked Johnny Gargano? Was that the first week back, or was it the second?
It was probably the first week. Didn't he just like stare?
I thought so.
I think he just stared the first week.
Yeah. RTG, do you guys think there will be a tag title match between the New Day and Miz and Morrison at the Rumble? I think they shouldn't because that would take away two guys that do the safe spot. As we saw in the exchange between Roman and Baron, you can do both.
That's true. Yeah.
They can do both.
You can do both. But, I mean, that's a lot of matches then. I would say, no, they don't need a tag title match at the Rumble.
Save it for Mania.
Save it for Mania. Yeah, build it.
Yep.
That'd be good. All right. Anyways, that's it for the show. Look at that. Got it in 36 minutes.
Cool.
So you know what? I like that. You should like it too because we saved you time. You can start your weekend fresh. Hit that like button. Let's get it to, what do we say,
675.
You're just blasting through numbers right now. We got to take this slow. 565. That's a good number. That's a good compromise, don't you think? What did you say? 600 what?
675.
And I said 5 what?
5. I don't know. I stopped paying attention.
Can we land on 620? Is
Fine.
that that's in the middle?
Sure.
Why are you're poo-pooing compromise here, man? Are you still burnt that Bray said stitches get snitches?
No, I don't care what Bray says.
The other way around. Snitches get stitches.
I don't care.
Well, you should. He says, I love you. Not you, Larson.
Doesn't bother me. I don't know Bray Wyatt.
I think it does. I know. What's going on there? Nothing. Nothing whatsoever.
Cold.
Dead.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways.
Mirthless.
Thanks, everybody, for hanging out
Thank
with
you
us.
very
We
much.
do appreciate it. We got 10 for the win coming up tomorrow. We also got a news brief coming up tomorrow. Got all sorts of contract news and then some dirty gossip about AEW, which is pretty funny stuff. Anyways, thanks for watching. Until next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.